Hey everyone, welcome back to our kitchen. My name is Emily and this is Lauren, and we're two of Festival's Mealtime Mentors. Soup season is upon us, so today we're bringing you a delicious soup recipe filled with fall flavors.
Yeah, so excited that soup season is here and really excited for this recipe too. Today we are making pistachio pumpkin soup, which encompasses probably two of my favorite flavors.
Mine
so
too.
Super excited about this. And so far, what we have going, as you can see, we've got some onion and garlic sauteing in a pan over here just until the onions are translucent and we get those good flavors going, which you can totally smell, very fragrant. And then we also have some potatoes that we've diced up, peeled and diced in some vegetable stock just until they're soft. So we're gonna let those get going a little bit and we can get started with our pistachios.
Yep. So we're actually just gonna blend up our pistachios until they're a nice kind of fine powder, and this will just help them incorporate into the soup because it is gonna be a smoother soup, not so much as a chunky like stew or a soup like that. So I'm gonna pop this on and give this a blend. All right, I think that looks good. Actually gonna take this off and give this to you.
Perfect. Awesome. Do we need this still in here? Or
Yep.
That's right.
Yes.
So we're gonna put in our potatoes next. So just using, thank you.
Yep.
A slotted spoon. So we're gonna be blending these up, that's right. These are nice and soft, you can tell, which is very important if we want them to blend. And a lot of these potatoes have really soaked up that vegetable stock, which will be
Give it a really nice flavor.
Really nice addition. We'll get every last one in here, perfect. And then we will add in our onion and garlic.
Perfect. Just smells amazing. I love sauteing onions just to bring out that additional flavor and aroma.
Yes, definitely. Perfect.
Thank you. We'll pop this back on and add our other ingredients. Of course, we're going to add our pumpkin.
And we're using canned pumpkin puree today. You don't want to use the pie filling, not for this recipe, so make sure it's the puree. But we love using pumpkin, especially, of course, this time of year, but pumpkin is really high in vitamin A. It's also got fiber.
And the great thing about this recipe is you get to use the whole can, so there isn't any leftovers to figure out what to use.
That is one of the worst things when you need only a cup and then you got to freeze the rest or find something else to make with it. So
I will say sometimes I will throw extra pumpkin into my oatmeal in the morning, and it'll give it a nice pumpkin flavor, and you can add pumpkin pie spice. So that's a great tip if you do have extras for some recipe that you're making this fall. So now on to the spices. We have some nutmeg, classic fall flavor.
Yeah.
A little bit of cardamom. And cardamom, you can actually find that in our bulk spice section of our natural and organic department. It's a great way to buy just the right amount that you need for this recipe. And cardamom is kind of one of those spices that you might not use all the time.
Right.
So buying just the amount you need is a great way.
Yep, you just put it in a little bag, you seal it up, and it's very, very inexpensive because we're just buying a little bit for this recipe.
Yes. Same thing with turmeric, which we're going to add to this. It has a nice peppery kind of flavor, and it also adds a really nice yellow, golden yellow flavor, or color rather, to this soup.
And turmeric is really popular right now, pretty trendy. So it's kind of a fun thing to add to this recipe.
Absolutely. And both cardamom and turmeric are really popular in Indian cuisine. So if you're a fan of that, maybe you do want to buy a whole container of it in our spice section.
Yes.
So then the last thing we're going to add is a little bit of paprika. And give this a whirl.
Oh my gosh, those spices smell so amazing, so fresh and kind of gingery.
Yes.
I love it.
I do want to mention, because we are blending something warm, you do want to take extra care. Something that you can do is vent it just to allow some of that heat to escape, but also take it a little bit slow as you're blending this because hot things do expand. All right, this looks great. Everything's blended up.
And if we do have a couple of, chunks of pumpkin and stuff at the top, we're going to mix it back in this pot, so those will go away pretty quickly.
Take this out for you. I'll hand this to you.
Thank you. Excellent. So we're taking our mixture now and adding it back into our pot, which we have kept warm. We've got a little bit of that vegetable stock left in here. Oh, I love the color of this. It's so pretty.
And this will be a little bit thicker soup. We're gonna add a couple more ingredients, but if you do want a thinner soup, you could also add more vegetable stock or some water to thin it out a little bit.
Just try to get as much out on here as we can. We don't want to miss out on any of that goodness.
No.
Get that back to you,
Thank
Emily. So I'm just gonna kind of stir this up here, getting our vegetable stock mixed right in.
Oh, it smells amazing.
It
All the
does.
spices.
It smells so good. All right, so from here, I'm gonna add in about a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. Mix this up. Doing about half of this container.
So some of you may know I do need to eat dairy-free. So when I make this soup, I like to substitute coconut milk for this recipe, and it turns out absolutely delicious. So that's a great way to make this vegetarian recipe, either vegan or dairy-free as well.
So just adding a little bit of salt and pepper as well. We're just mixing this all together here. So yummy. And then what we'll be doing is we're gonna also top our soup with a couple of different toppings. I think this looks pretty good. If we've got some of that Greek yogurt kind of swirled in here, that is perfectly fine and kind of just adds to.
Makes it look very gourmet.
Yeah, totally. All right, so here's my little bowl. I'm gonna scoop some of this amazing soup in. Yes, it's definitely a little bit thicker, but I love too that we added in the Greek yogurt because it'll add a little bit more protein as well.
Yes. Yep.
And soup is great too for leftovers.
I actually find a lot of soups taste better the next day just because it allows for all the flavors to come together.
Get a sneak peek here.
All right.
And we have to garnish it, of course.
If you want to garnish it with
So just a couple pistachios.
and some nice crunch.
I'm going to put on a little bit of parsley as well.
Oh, yum.
Oh, and we could also do a little bit more Greek yogurt if we wanted, but I can't wait. I need to get in here. Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Very good.
So seasonal as well. I love it.
Absolutely. Well, we hope you give this delicious fall-inspired soup a try.
Yes, and for more recipes and resources from your mealtime mentors, visit bestfoods.com.